85 more days. 85 more days until the ISSA Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletic Championship. And I just decided to start a new series in a sense where we're just gonna look back at some athletes that would have done extremely well at the Boys and Girl Athletic Championship. And so we're starting today with Tarees Rhoden. Tarees Rhoden, who was the captain of Kingston College track and field team when they won it in 2019. So let's take a journey, down Tarees Rhoden's champs career. And so Tarees Rhoden, he started Kingston College September 2012 and he attended, all the way up to, of course, 2019. And he started track and field in 2013. And you should have seen him when he just started, just a puny, small young man, a little, looking like a little, primary school or prep school young man. And Tarees Rhoden, when he just started track and field, he was running the 800 meters straight away and he was running 230 yard, back-to-back track meets running 230 yard, 1500 meter run. He was running 5 minute 30 yard. Nothing to convince you that he would have been captain in KC come 2019. So he had a below par 2014 track and field season when he just started. 2015 he came back now. This was his final year, class 3, and we saw a different Tarees Rhoden. He was dominating, the field. He went to Jamaica College, the Pure Water Invitational meet. He ran 2 minutes 16 and came second in his heat. I think he was like 5th or 6th overall. Went to Manchester, the Kirkvine Invitational meet, right? And he ran 2 minutes 17 and he was second in his heat again. And then he qualified for the 1500 meters, running 4 minutes 40. Qualified to run 1500 at Champs, and he came second again. So lots of second place that season for Tarees Rhoden. And then he went to Camperdown Classics where he won. I think that was his first track meet win for that season as well. He ran 2 minutes 09 winning his heat. His first win. Must have felt really sweet for the young man. And then of course, based on the time throughout the seasons, many might have thought he would have done the double at Champs. He didn't do the double. He only did the 1500 meters. And when he went to Champs, he placed third in the 1500 meters, running 4 minutes 22 seconds, getting his first Champs medal. And that was just the start of greatness to come for Tarees Rhoden. So he got the bronze medal, delivered 6 giant-sized points for Kingston College. Unfortunately, Kingston College still lost Champs that year by a city block to Calabar. But it was just the beginning of greater things to come for Tarees Rhoden. He went on into 2016, and in 2016, now in first year of class 2, we saw a drastic improvement. Tarees went from running 4 minute 22 down to running 4 minute 12 that track season. And he went from running 2 minutes 09 in the 800 all the way down to running 1 minute 6 as a first year class 2 athlete. Tarees was so good where at the age of 15 years old and being a first year class 2, he made Kingston College Gibson Mahook relay team for the 4x800 meters. And remember, 4x8, this is really under 20, right? It's not as if it's restricted by class, it's under 20. So a lot of teams would have 4 6 formers running, 4 young men that are 18, 19. Tarees was beating the 18 and the 19-year-old at Kingston College, making the team at just the age of 15. We want to talk about Champs because that's what, we're focusing on, Champs performance. And when he went to Champs that year, it started brilliant for him. He won his heat in 2016. He ran 1 minute 57. He ran the fastest time in the heat. He was looking comfortable. A lot of commentators were picking him up as well, mentioning that he was a first year class athlete. But unfortunately, when it went on into the semis and the finals, it didn't look like that Tarees was in the heats. So, in the finals, he flopped a bit. So we have to mention his semis so you can actually get to understand, why many would be a little disappointed with his results. In the semis, he ran 1 minute 56.65 seconds, finishing second to Anthony Cox, who's now representing Jamaica at all of these games, across the world. So, Tarees Rhoden was right up there and, finished behind Anthony Fox. But, in the finals, he flopped. He only could manage to run 2 minutes 07, finishing 7th. Big disappointment. Following Friday, Champs Friday, he was running the 1500 meters and, he placed 12. Only 12 men are in the 1500 finals and he was 12, running 4:37. Way slower than what he did in class 3 when he ran 4:22. So, it was a disappointing end to his season in 2016. So, we wanted to see how would he bounce back in 2017. In 2017, he did bounce back pretty well. He was winning at the JC Jamaica College Invitational, running in dark glass and all of these things. Tarees Rhoden running the fastest time for class 2. He then went on to make his first national team, finishing second behind, I think, Ronaldo Johnson of St. Jago. He ran 9 minutes, placing second at the Carifta Trials in the 3,000 meters, getting to represent Jamaica now at Carifta. So now again, back to Champs, right? He needed to bounce back and he did bounce back somewhat. He delivered big time in the 800 meter class 2. He finished second behind Kimar Farkison, the record holder for the 800 meters, who would have ran the record in the heats. But, Tarees Rhoden ran 1 minute 52.53. Bearing in mind, he got silver medal in the 800 meters. And in the 1500, yes, he only managed to finish 8th, getting AC 1 point. But the 800 meters, we want to focus on that. That 1 minute 52 that he ran, that is the 4th fastest time by any class 2 athlete. So, the fastest time, of course, Kimar Farkison. The 2nd fastest time by Kimar Farkison as well. And the 3rd fastest time by, the long-time record holder. Halloween. Can't remember his last name at this moment. But before the record was 1 minute 52.27. Right? And that record stood there for a good while before Farkison broke it, and Tarees Rhoden running 1:52. Very fast time, right? He did finish second, getting his silver medal. And so now Tarees Rhoden, bouncing back pretty nicely after a disappointing first year of class 2. So now stepping up into class 1, we were all excited for him. We're wondering, what is Tarees going to do now that he's in class 1? What will Tarees Rhoden do? And he did not fail to disappoint. Back at Carifta Trials again, he ran a sub. He ran sub 151. He ran 1 minute 50.73, finishing second to who, Kimar Farkison. Right? Kimar Farkison again. After a brilliant third leg at Gibson Macup relay, KC won the 4x8 that year at Gibson relay, notwithstanding that Calabar wasn't there. But, Kimar Farkison and his teammates weren't there, and Tarees Rhoden make sure to, brand himself, let everyone see that, Tarees is up in class 1 now, and he's running like a senior, running that brilliant third leg. He got the back name third, and he just stormed, run by Keenan Lawrence and a couple others, showcasing his talent, and it was just magnificent, Tarees Rhoden, and so, what, Champs, we were extremely excited. What can this first year athlete do? And again, Tarees showed his class in the heats and the semis. In the semis, he ran 1 minute 51, winning his semis ahead of Leon Clark of St. Jago. He looked very composed, very easy. But unfortunately, again, Tarees did it in the finals. Disappointing, right? In the finals, he ran 2 minutes 05, finishing 8th, only giving Kingston College 1 point. It was disappointing how his year ended that year, the 800 meters. But notwithstanding that, he did manage to get a medal in the 2000 steeplechase. He finished 3rd, right? His teammate, African Arimania Rogers, he won the event, and Rivaldo Marshall of Calabar was 2nd. But I think that year was disappointing from the standpoint that, Tarees, displayed so much promise for the 800 meters, and many thought he could have won the finals. So finishing last was a little bit disappointing. I think he got a little trip somewhere along the way in the finals. But nonetheless, we were expecting Tarees to win that finals, right? Or at least medal, but it wasn't meant to be. So 2019 now, Kingston College decided to say, Tarees, we believe you're the man to captain KC to a victory. And so Tarees Rhoden, taking on the mantle to say he's going to be the captain to lead KC to victory. Bearing in mind that Kingston College have not won champs since 2009. So 2010, 2011, all the way up to 2018, KC did not win. And they had captains like Carey McLeod. They had captains like Akeem Bloomfield. They had captains like Clive Cullen. They had some of the best to do it, right? And none of them could motivate the athletes to get KC to win. So Tarees had, big expectations if KC are going to win champs under his guidance, right? And it started at Gibson McCook relay. Tarees split 152, and it wasn't looking that good because he didn't look how he looked in 2018 over 800 meters. He didn't even turn up for the character trials in the 800 meters. We saw the Tarees Reed, we saw the Farkas, and we saw everyone, but we didn't see Tarees Rhoden, right? And so now come champs, we're wondering, what will Rhoden do? For the first time in the 1500 meter finals, he managed to actually push, and he came 5th in the finals, running 4 minutes 02. Notwithstanding that, Rhoden ran 3:59 throughout the track season, and it always happened that at champs he could never put up his best 1500 meter performance. Not sure as to why, but in the 800 meter, however, he did manage to run 1:49.04, placing 3rd in the 800 meters. And you might say, why are we categorizing him as a champs hero then? He won bronze medal. But you have to look at the time, 1 minute 49.04. We can't tell when last Jamaica had an athlete that would have run sub 150 at champ. That year we were just lucky enough to have 3 of them, right? And our focus is on Tarees. He won the bronze medal, Tarees Taylor second, and of course Kimar Farkas broke the record that stood there from the 1980s. Tarees Rhoden running a sub 150, and then later he went on to run the 4x4, anchoring Kingston College to a silver medal. Excelsior won it. And what really stood out for me was just how he drove Kingston College, how he drove his team to a champs title in 2019. You could just see his confidence oozing, and that confidence rubbed off on his teammates, and that is why I categorize him as one of the legends to have passed through ISSA Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletic Championship. And so, it was just magnificent to see Tarees Rhoden, delivering big time for Kingston College in 2019. So on the screen I display for you is, his summary of his champs performances. Class 3, 1 bronze medal, 6 points. Class 2, 10 points in total, 1 silver medal. Class 1, 17 points in his 2 years together, cumulatively, with 2 bronze medals. And his personal best of 1:49.04 over 800. You can see his other personal bests that he did at champs. Remember, these are all just champs performances. In total, he amassed 4 individual medals, and he amassed 33 points cumulatively throughout his tenure at Boys and Girls Championship. So, this is just the first episode of, we're just going down memory lane of our champs heroes. So stay tuned for more. Definitely going to have many, many more as we build up towards ISSA Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletic Championship. Start March 28th, 2023. Stay tuned to see who I will feature in the next set of videos. Do have a wonderful day. I am out. Your boy Ronaldo gone.